Shabbat Shalom, y'all. I hope you are doing well. I am. It's been a busy day, but I've been doing all kinds of the things that I love. So it's been a happy, busy day. We are here for our weekend message using the Radiant Sun Oracle and the Dreaming Way Tarot to clarify. And I think that this message is really following suit from the rest of the week, as it usually does. Our Monday message is always about, or I don't know when you end up seeing it, but the first message of the week is the anchor message. That's our spiritual lessons. The message that's the midweek alchemy message goes into our process. And then the weekend, usually without fail, is a reflective message going, deeper into what we've been learning through the week. So this week, there have been a lot of emotions coming forward, and it's been a lot of mixed emotions. So we've been warned again and again to take time to turn inward and be alone, because we might have outbursts this week. We might be triggered. We might want to lash out in resentment, or, we might have bouts of sorrow or grief that we weren't expecting to come up from maybe distant past, things that we thought we had processed or worked through. You might be feeling surges of lust for life and just cravings and antsiness and angst, because there's all this anticipation building and something good is coming. So inevitably, when something great is about to come in and you're about to go to your next level, the opponent, the Satan, will come and try to trip you up and have you short circuit and blow your miracle. So whenever you feel like right now, I feel like a lot of us have felt like our efforts have, it feels like they should be showing some kind of fruit, and it feels like they might any minute, but it's taking so long. It's not happening on our timeline. And so we're second guessing ourselves, and we're starting to have this worry and anxiety kind of hanging over us. And so it's making us feel anxious and wanting to control and wanting to maybe be impulsive and take some actions that we need to just sit tight for a minute and just trust that things are on the way, that Creator has got everything planned and sorted out, and that everything is coming in its good time, and that we need to just keep maintaining our positive routines and structures and doing the work on ourselves, doing the healing work, working on our finances and our goals and all of those things. And then sure enough, the wheel is going to start turning. But right now we're sort of in this initiation moment where, and this is even in alignment with the portions of the daily Zohar for the week. The daily Zohar portions are lined up to the daily energy of the year. And if you don't know what the Zohar is the metaphysical interpretation of the Torah, written a couple of hundred years after Christ by Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. He was being hunted down by people who wanted to silence him, and as many of the great prophets, and he had to hide in a cave for I think 13 years or something, and he was isolated and alone, and he didn't have anyone around him, and he just was basically the hermit in the cave. And he had all of these connections coming through about the wisdom of Kabbalah that had been passed down verbally up until then. He was able to accumulate it all and write it down and make it into a text that was basically rabbinical commentary on the Torah, but it's the spiritual layer of what's going on an energetic layer and level. So that's the deepest interpretation of the Bible. It's the decoding what the manual is actually telling us. So, according to the daily Zohar portions, we are sort of in this moment of creation phase 3, where we have to go deep inside of our hearts and tap into that passion and that reason and that purpose that connects us to our goals, our purposes, right? The things that we're trying to do to correct our tikkun and to heal and to expand and to elevate, right? The things that we're trying to create in our lives, the things that we think are our purpose and our mission, right? When we're doing those things, it can get exhausting, and sometimes it feels like it's never going to show any results, right? And so we're never going to be acknowledged or appreciated, or it's never going to bear fruit. So what's the point? But that's the test, because in order to really be able to be ready to receive the fulfillment of that thing, we can't make the results, like we can't make our joy and our fulfillment with that, whatever it is, dependent upon specific results. Because at that point, we need that. And so we are feeling like we are lacking within ourselves. So we are reaching for a external vessel to bring us fulfillment that we think we need, that we think we lack. And that's not in affinity with the light. So it's when we know that we don't, like, you know what? It doesn't matter if this thing is ever successful. I would probably do it anyway. This channel is a perfect example. I am in this exact moment with this right now. I'm so exhausted. I make content every day. I started doing reels, and I started a TikTok, and it just, sometimes it feels like, oh my gosh, will I ever grow this channel? And like, even now that I've like upped my game and, you know, I'm trying to do better at like getting straight to the messages and not dilly-dallying and all of that, I'm trying so hard to improve. And I have gone down tens of thousands in reach with like the same sort of video title, same like hashtag, you know, type, like I'm at a loss. And so I know this is the opponent testing me, wanting me to quit, because there's so much light revealed. You guys have no idea how many like private messages I get from people who are like, thank you so much for doing this, because you know, it's helped me in so many ways, and this and that, and, you know, help me to pray again, or help me to believe when I didn't want to, or so many people who have like religious trauma from the church and all that have been able to reconnect with their spirituality by like going at it from a different angle. So that's the whole point, right? It's like to be able to reach people and to have a positive transformational effect on other people's lives. That's the point. And sometimes I'm like, oh, is this channel ever going to grow? Is it ever going to show fruit? And the thing is that I have to realize that, you know what, even if it didn't, I'm not going to quit. Like, I love doing this. Like, even if it never did anything, and even if I was a millionaire and, you know, whatever, I'd probably still keep making these videos and keep making content and keep doing all these things, because it brings me such a feeling of joy and fulfillment. And it uses all of my talents and creative skills and gifts, and it puts them all together in a way that helps others. So of course, I'm just going to keep doing it. And that's the ultimate test. It's like we have to break through our material lusts and reasons, right? And get in touch with the real, true, powerful reasons that we're doing things. Those are the things that will actually put us as a vessel in affinity with the light and harmonize us with that magnetic, miraculous flow of like creator, you know, divine, you know, favor and power through you. So without further ado, let's get into the cards. So we have appreciation, which is the moon in Leo, followed by lust, which is Venus in Aries. We have charity, which is Saturn in Cancer. And we have flirtation, which is Venus in Sagittarius. All right. Clarifying appreciation, we had 8 of Wands in reverse. Clarifying lust, we have 3 of Cups. Clarifying charity, we've got the Empress. And clarifying flirtation, we have the Chariot. Okay, so let's get into the reading. So appreciation paired with the 8 of Wands reverse. Leo, the moon in Leo person is very like, they need a lot of appreciation. They need a lot of recognition. They're very emotionally sensitive and they want to be recognized. And so this card with 8 of Wands, in the context of all of our other messages this week, like hinting that we could maybe like be at risk of lashing out. And so it may be good to like spend time alone and like examining those feelings, like what's making us feel that way. So the 8 of Wands in reverse, the message is like, whoa, hold your horses. Don't make any false moves. Don't rush ahead. In fact, don't do anything until you shift your perspective a little bit, because you're like overbearing or aggressive, or something about this energy is going to be repellent because it's too much. It's over the top. And so this appreciation card, sometimes in a way, it's like it wants you to be over the top in your display of affection, right? And it may make someone so sensitive that they like overreact about not feeling included or not feeling appreciated enough or not feeling seen or not feeling recognized, right? So as an example, this could be like me being like, oh, I'm so tired. Why am I not getting enough like interaction with these videos? Oh, people aren't appreciating me enough. I should just go off and do my own thing and be selfish and have free time and quit and like have an easy job that's just direct and straightforward and easy to swallow for everyone else, you know? And so it's like, don't do that. Whatever that is in your life, don't check yourself before you wreck yourself, because this is basically the opponent trying to play on your feelings, trying to play on your tiredness, trying to play on your pride and your ego. Hey, why aren't you appreciated? Why aren't you respected, right? Why isn't anybody like, why aren't you being seen? So this is the ego like being tugged at by the opponent to make you go into scarcity consciousness or victim consciousness, or like feeling abandoned or left out in the cold, right? But it's all related to scarcity and lack consciousness, scarcity consciousness, right? It's a victim consciousness. So this is a low vibration and it will get you out of alignment with what you want. But in order to flip this, to have forward movement, to have fast progression, we need to be in a state of appreciation and surrender with what we have now and where we are in this moment, even with the irritating things in our lives right now, even with the frustrating parts. There was another message in our daily message on TikTok. TikTok is where you can see the whole message, like from start to finish. All the other platforms cut it off. And so usually it's, a couple of minutes long, and the YouTube short gets cut off and the IG reel gets cut off. But you can go there and watch the whole couple minute video. But it's talking about our ability to surrender and allow, and even to embrace pain and discomfort and suffering. Because when we do that, makes for the most power in our efforts to transform in our spiritual alchemy. There is like something on a spiritual level, on a metaphysical level, the Zohar talks about this, when we want to purify our negativity so that we can up level, right? When we come to our ceiling for our current level, right? We need to shed some of our negativity or our ego layers, right? In order to reveal more light so that we're, up leveling we're raising our vibration. The opponent is going to come and try to mess with us during that time. So the pain, pushing through and actually overcoming pain, embracing it, facing it, feeling it, learning from it, asking it what it's teaching you, that is extra powerful and it reveals extra light. And to be magnetic, the language and the way that they talk about that is that when you face fears and you break patterns, it opens you up and it like increases your magnetism and like your manifestations start coming through according to the level of your self-worth. And every time you go face a fear or break through a perception or a mindset and you break a pattern, it's like you deepen your self-worth and you increase your magnetism, right? And then bigger things start coming in and you start manifesting. So be in a state of appreciation with what you have in this moment. Be in a state of embracing the discomfort of the process so that you can really face whatever's been coming up, hostility, grief, resentment. What is that telling you? Where does it really come from? What is it about? And what does that tell you needs to change? So one of the things that's been really prominent on my mind over the last couple of weeks was something that I recently heard my Kabbalah teacher, David, say. And you should go follow him on Instagram, David Guillaume. He has like really great reels all the time that give you like tidbits of like secrets that are life-changing. And you don't have to know the context of Kabbalah to understand what he's saying. So in one of the classes that I take from him, I can't remember where it was, but he was talking about how if we find ourselves in a state of frustration, it's not because we're not getting enough. It's actually because it's a sign that we're getting more than we can appreciate. And so we're not earning what we have. So we're taking it for granted. And so we're just asking for more without being satisfied and fulfilled in the now. So the answer, the medicine, get into a state of appreciation with what you have in this moment. And before you do anything, pause and shift your mindset, shift your energy before you go forward. Because right now too, there can be this like, in this angst, and in this sort of state of, ooh, like something's about to break through. I can feel a surprise coming. I can feel good things coming. It's like, it almost makes you like, it whets your appetite. It's like a amuse-bouche. So you're like, I want to go out and I want to, I don't know, I want to go on a spinning spree. I want to go party. I want to, go splurge or, binge on some this or that. And it kind of blows all your efforts you've been putting in because you're just so like, I've got all this energy and I don't know what to do with it, right? So hold that in. Don't like get frustrated and pop off at somebody. Don't get an attitude and get, self-righteous and pop off at somebody. Don't get victimized and sad and throw a guilt trip on someone, right? Don't get tempted and thirsty to like call your ex or entertain someone in a romantic way that you're not really interested in because you want instant gratification or you want like that boost of energy. Like hold your horses. Don't do anything crazy because good things are about to come and you don't want to blow your energy or do something that's like not in alignment right before that comes because it can block it. So here, the Lust card paired with 3 of Cups. So it's like, in a way, we're getting our lust for life back. We've been through this emotional, like, hurricane of a shitstorm recently, and everything's been all up in the air, and our soul has been, like, in and out of our body. We've been living in the end of days. Just getting through it all, right? And just trying to keep up with holiday season, and we're also tired, and Hanukkah's right around the corner. Next week you can get like soul dry cleaning, connecting with the light next week. It's great. I'm excited. My candles came in the mail today. So just, it's good to get out there and participate in life again, but again, rein it in. Don't get too lusty and too thirsty and too don't fall prey to your cravings, right? Don't go back into addictive patterns. Don't let impulse shopping or spending, or like, don't let impulsive behavior cause you to misappropriate your attention, time, energy, resources, right? This can be in relational dynamics with food, substance abuse, people, things that you waste your time doing or spend your time doing when you would rather spend it doing something else. Like, think about the way that you're spending your time, resources, energy, attention, like your willpower, right? You only have so much mental energy every day, right? So think about what you're doing with that. Don't let your impulsiveness spend your energy in such a way that you're not getting what you want because of because of another issue. Like, for instance, if you can't move forward in certain areas of your life because of your finances, or like you can't move forward in your love life because of finances, or if you are like don't let an extenuating circumstance keep you from connecting with your goal. For instance, third party energy, it can be like a financial issue that's holding you back from like growing your business, or like, oh, I don't have enough time to do this because I spent it doing something else. This could be like putting your energy on an unrequited love, or like putting your energy onto someone who's not available. You know, this is an energy where something else is getting in the way of what you want, right? In another regard, this is also about balancing that, right? Don't be so impulsive that you're reckless and like wasting your energy and your resources right now, but also follow your divine guidance and instinct about putting your lust for life and excitement into positive ways that you can join in and participate with celebration. And, you know, this is like that season where people are getting together and we're appreciating the people that we care about. You know, look for positive and healthy ways to get together with friends and meet new people and celebrate and, you know, be proud of your achievements and your talents and putting them out there. Following your passion and, you know, nurturing that. Okay. And then Charity paired with the Empress. So this card talks about, you know, whenever we have Saturn coming up, Saturn is so like on task. It is so disciplined and almost strict and stern at times, but this is the structure I think that we've been needing, at least in our realm recently. And so this is talking about like responsibility and structure in Cancer is like the moon and the sun together. It's like mother and father, husband and wife, like taking responsibility for your life, for your household, like getting your shit together, getting your household in order. So the Empress, you know, enjoys a very happy home life because her kingdoms are in order. She has learned to self-master in the areas of her mental realm, her emotional realm, her spirit and industry. And then because of that, her physical and material realm is very comfortable and fulfilling as well. She's abundant with wheat ready for harvest. She's pregnant with potential and creativity and possibility. The Empress is the perfect balance of divine masculine and divine feminine within the self, right? Sun and moon, masculine and feminine. Again, up here, there's those opposites coming into union for a whole and full picture of, you know, a healthy operating individual who can take their creative inspiration and their divine inspiration and then take action on that and do it in a way that is devoted and disciplined and nurturing and, you know, grows and reaps reward and benefit from that. So, you know, being able to be inspired and then do something with that, do something about it in a logical, like action-oriented way to take action. So the charity card underscores the fact that right now we may not have as much work-life balance as we would like. We may not be able to go out and party as much as we would like to. We may not be able to splurge as much as we'd like to. We really need to rein it in and put our, invest into long-term fulfillment, right? Long-term investments, investing in yourself, investing in the spiritual work. Sometimes that means you don't get to go out to the party because you have to stay in and do some, deep inner work. Sometimes you have to stay home and work on your business, right? Sometimes you have to invest in your future and in savings and in ways that will grow you money rather than in ways that will spend money in the immediate and give you instant gratification but won't return long-term value, right? So right now it's like we're sort of hunkering down and doing the work that we need to do now that's going to pay off big time later. So yes, it is about having the sense of duty and responsibility. First of all, to get your immediate household in check. If you are if you've got a bunch of stuff on a things to do list, if you have a bunch of chores that need to get done, if you're bad about paying your bills and stuff on time, even though you can, just do all of that stuff first, the basics. Take care of the basics. Make sure that they're all in check. And then go another layer and another layer. But start with the foundations and build upon those structures. But we need to be healthy and disciplined right now and working with intention and discipline and devotion and keep showing up, because there's something there's a couple of these cards that highlight a talent. This is creative talents and artistic talents. And then this card, I think as well, or maybe it's lust or flirtation. One of the other ones also has to do with having a talent for something creative and an ability to make something with it. So perhaps you're creating a business or you're developing your creative talents or something right now, and it's requiring a lot of work. So it's stick with it. It may take a long time, or it may be a sustained thing that you keep working at. For instance, a good example is this channel. If you do something like content creation, it's ongoing. It's continuation. It's not just a one and done. So it's something is here that's gonna that's going well, but that still requires hard work, and that it's gonna be a long-term project. And then underneath flirtation, we have the Chariot. So yeah, the flirtation card, this is Venus and Sagittarius. So this is when Abraham Hicks talks about getting tuned in, tapped in, turned on. It's that awakening, broadening, expanding consciousness that is kind of getting us excited and adventurous. And there is a very romantic undertone to this reading, and there have been romantic messages in our other readings through the week. So there could be, we've already been told, new cycles of love are coming. And Venus is connected to both love and money and career and finance and security, which are also themes that have been coming up. So there's about to be an expansion in both. It doesn't mean that you're going to leave the relationship that you're in because you're going to have suddenly another person coming in who's up leveled. It could mean that your relationship that you already are in gets better. It could mean that the relationship you're in is going to end, but it probably did recently because we've already been through a lot of the turbulence. And now it's we're kind of on the other side of it, and we're going towards the next chapter. So something could be coming in, and it's this energy is very open and blunt and appreciative, and it's kind of matches this Leo, the moon in Leo that likes a big display of emotion. Well, this is the big obvious display of emotion. This person or this character communicates in blunt, obvious, warm, ways. So it's this could be a really good pairing here. This is fire with another fire and moon element there. So yeah, I think, and there's the sun here again, sun and moon kind of theme. So yeah, again, this could be a pairing of, compatible individuals here. or even just the fact that the more we do this inner work, it reveals more of our deepest authenticity without the ego, without the societal expectations, right? And that puts us in alignment with things that are going to be in resonance with us. People, friends, coworkers, collaborators, all kinds of different relationships, experiences that are going to really resonate. So, again, just this flirtatious energy coming alive within us. Be open and warm to interact, right? Because this Chariot energy is like talking again about it's underscoring this balance of the masculine and feminine. You see it here, the dark and the light, the active and the passive energies. There's a balance of these inside and outside that's happening right now, and we're the more that we can keep those in, like, I would like to use a different word than balance, but if we can keep those in symmetry, it will move our momentum forward. Also, a way to look at this is the more that this inner work that we're doing on the inside is changing the way that we're showing up on the outside, that's going to propel our momentum forward as well in our goals and in how we're recognized, right? Like, this need for recognition, it's coming, but we just have to let go of that needy feeling for it and like make it like it doesn't matter. Like, let it go, it doesn't matter. And the moment it doesn't matter, it'll come more easily. Because the Chariot does have to do with being recognized for your skills and talents. All right, you guys, I think that is all for tonight. We're already 30 minutes in. There was a lot of details in these cards that were pretty interesting to read. This flirtation, possibility of marriage or relationship with someone from another country. Often this comes through a meeting at a university or a learning institution. Women who choose this card usually seek a heroic, adventurous kind of partner, a romantic type like Indiana Jones figure. So random, so specific. The lust card. Oh yes, this is something that I wanted to mention. So it might be good. Don't compete and don't compare, but the more the inner work that you do on yourself and the more you invest in yourself inside and out, the more that makes you stand out because your inherent value is speaking for itself. You're not in competition with anyone else. You're not comparing yourself to anyone else. You're not comparing your value to anyone else. You're not putting it next to it's just, you are inherent in your own value. And the more you invest in yourself, the more that's going to radiate out of you and be apparent. But when this card is drawn, it indicates the need to assert oneself, and yet to do this with the utmost warmth and charm. So maybe it's like, put yourself out there, right? Be open, be out there talking to people and chatting with people, right? Be assertive, but like in a charming, friendly manner, right? Flirtation, right? Flirt with life. If you have ideas, right, that you want to put out in the world, if you want opportunities, put yourself out there, right? Throw yourself in the hat as an option. Do it in a charming way, right? Do something right now that sets you apart from the competition, but don't think of it as competition. Just enhance what you're already bringing to the picture. Like, think about mastering your skills and fine-tuning all of the things around what you've already got going on, right? Take what you have right now, appreciation, and without adding a bunch of different new things, just really tighten up what you've already got in front of you for now and see what that gets you. See where that gets you from there. All right, you guys, I hope that y'all have a good weekend. I hope you can reflect. I hope that you don't short circuit. I hope that really awesome things start presenting themselves to you soon. But just keep on believing in yourself. Keep trying, keep making an effort. don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. All of this will pay off, and I think it's coming very soon. All right. Ciao.